before I get started, I want to ask you something. First off, can you hear me on this microphone? This isn't mine. Howdy, first person here. We are in Toronto International Airport, and I am sitting in a sort of a waiting area here. Just sort of, ooh, the color is much better this way. But I don't want to have too many people in my background. They're going to be wondering what's going on. Kevin, can you tell me if you're hearing me off of this? Do you hear that tapping? I'm trying to practice with my lav mic here because it's actually a nice way to do my audio, but I want to make sure I do it right. I'm using the DJI Go, and it's hooked to my phone. Audio is great, should be great. Should be very, very good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try and do this enhancement thing. Oh no, that won't work. Hey Robert, how's it going? Visual, well, 7. I can't do anything. I'm on the Wi-Fi here in Canada, and I don't want to use my data plan, so we're just have to go by. We're just going to have to go by the airport Wi-Fi, which actually was pretty good. It was pretty good. I wonder if I sat over there, the color would be better. I think it would be. I'm going to move over to the other side. So anyways, how's everybody doing? Where's everybody to me from? Well, I move. You can put that in that section. Oh, that's much better. That is a lot better coloring. Yeah, I'm glad I made that move. Anyways, so how's everybody doing today? I've had a bit of a long day. We started very, very early. Hello, Bronco Maniac from Denver. How's it going? Have a nice flight.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So, I'd like to actually have here, but I don't want to show those people. I don't want them in the frame because they'll be a little bit frustrated, I think. So we'll just do that. Right now we are in Toronto. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then at about 3:30 we left the house I was staying at in Portland, and then okay, good, he moved. So, and then we drove to Portland International, and we flew from Portland International to Vancouver. We checked in the trike. We checked in everything. It was great. I put 2 air tags, one air tag in the one box and then another air tag in the big bike box. And I'm using my phone right now to actually see where they're going. Right now, as soon as we landed, I opened the app and I could see the 2 boxes make their way off the plane and then pop up near the terminal. And then they flew with me from Vancouver, and then now we're in Toronto, and I saw them get off the plane. I can't believe I didn't do those air tags before. That's so crazy. But lesson learned and lesson learned. I also labeled the boxes, so the box have my phone number and email address all over them, both of them. I really, really learned my lesson. Hey, Steven, how's it going? Hey, Fred. Did you have a good time riding in Oregon? I had a great time riding in Oregon. Like a great time. It was great on many, many levels. One level was it was just fun to ride. It was beautiful. On another level, it was really, really good exercise to get me ready for cycling, which is what we're going to do in Italy. As a matter of fact, my knees have kind of gone through a bit of a, not pain, but just strain and relaxed and strain and relaxed, which is good. I would have rather that happen now than happen when I'm on the road. Nothing major, nothing bad. My knees feel great, but I'm sort of slowly working them into the idea that we're going to be doing some long distance traveling in Italy. So that's good. But back to the story. So we are in Toronto. We landed. I saw the 2 boxes get off the plane with the AirTag. Find my app. The flights were great. Everybody, we were sitting next to a lady. I was in the window side, and then there was another guy about my age, younger probably. He was in the aisleway, and there was an older lady that was sitting between us. And she said something to the effect of, "Oh boy, 2 handsome men. I'm a sandwich between 2 handsome men." And it was just very funny. She was very, very funny lady. She kept on like asking me to do, "Could you open my little air vent? And then could you do these things?" And then she'd giggle because she got some young man to help her. It was very, very funny. She was very sweet. I texted Annie and I told her, I'm being hit on by the lady next to me, and I sent a picture of what she looked like, and Annie was like, "Fun, have fun with that." But anyways, she's very nice, and she was going to Austria, so she was this like older Austrian woman that was just enjoying flirting with some younger men. It's all relative, right? Youth. I'm a young man to some. Anyways, so we arrived to Zurich, and right off the bat, I got to the gate, and the flight is delayed 2 hours. As I was posting this video and starting up this live stream, it was delayed another few hours. So as it stands, it's going to be quite delayed. I have a friend that is picking me up, Pat from TerraCycle. He's going to bad delay in speech and video off and on. Is everybody else having that problem? Is anybody else having that problem? Damn, a delay, eh? Yeah, that was for the flight, right? From the mighty metropolis of Canoe, British Columbia. Hey, Bronco Maniac. Yeah, okay. Is anybody else got a delay on my audio? Yeah? Okay, well, we can play around with this and see what happens. First thing I'll do is I'll unplug. So guys, we're just testing this out. So now I'm going to unplug the lav mic, and then it's going to go directly into this. So let's try that. So you're hearing my voice right now. You can tell me. Don't worry about video quality. I can't do anything about video quality. We're on the Wi-Fi here at the airport. But I'm going to unplug this, and we'll see if my audio changes at all. You can tell me what you like better, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now what we are on the microphone. Oh, God. So now what we're on is the microphone that's connected directly to the transmitter. And it shouldn't really fix anything, but it might change the audio a little bit. Oh, is it better? Shouldn't be better. You know how expensive this little lav mic was? It's like a $200 lav mic. That's crazy. But let's see. We have a third option here, is to unplug the microphone completely, and we can see how that works. But Rob says it's way better. So better, way better. So let's see. Anyways, way better. Oh, okay. What a crazy! This is a Shure lav mic. This thing was not cheap. Shit. Anyways, that lav mic would be great when I'm cycling and there's wind, because that lav mic has a wind muff on it. Otherwise, I just don't like the idea of having this big ugly box hanging from my shirt. I would much rather have that little lav mic. So my flight is now delayed. The Shure is a little FM-y. So yeah, whatever the case, thank you for diagnosing and helping me with this. So now we are sitting here. My flight will not take off until 10:40, and it is 8:09. So we've got 3 hours to kill. Actually, we should be boarding right now. So we're like 3 hours delayed. But I can kind of sit down and talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on. So we are flying. If you guys don't know the story, we are. I drove to Portland from Detroit a number of days ago, 10 days ago, and I dropped off the van, and I was working on the van to get here in Portugal. There were some in the audio. It still feels like the connection is not from the mic. Now it seems to pick up more ambient noise. Okay. So the other solution that we have is to unplug this mic completely, and then I just have you talking to the phone audio. But I don't want to do that yet. I'm going to stick with Robert here. Say we're pretty good where we're at. So yeah, I drove the van to Portland, and the electronic system is getting hooked up in Portland. The counters are some of the counters are going to get cut in Portland as well. The electrical system in the van is not going to be connected to any devices. So like USB ports, power outlets, refrigerator, all of the appliances, I'm going to have to hook those. I won't start talking until I can see you guys talking to me live. Say something like, say the word Toronto in the comment section. Or write Jayoe. Just write Jayoe. Jayoe or Jayoe. It has to do with this airport. Okay, good. Anyways, so yeah, it's the internet here. Hey, Siamese boy, how's it going, man? So where was I? I kind of lost it. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Lilypad. So anyways, we dropped the van off, and they are going to provide me. No, they're not going to connect anything. They're basically going to integrate all the components together with the batteries, with the alternator, with the shore power, and then outward power. They're just going to give me a bunch of fuse blocks, basically. And then I'll take the van back to Detroit and then interconnect all of the components together. So, which will be fun. I'll actually get to, design my own electrical system and how it integrates with the van, which is cool. Is there audio, or is it just, you don't know? Anybody else? They can hear me say Toronto, so they must be hearing me a little bit. So now what we're doing is we're flying to Wi-Fi from the airport. Thank you, Robert. My bad, I muted the speakers. Well, that's on you, buddy. That's on you. So we're gonna go to Zürich, where my friend Pat is going to pick me up, pick me and the trike up, and then we are going to drive to a German city. I can't pronounce it. It's got some to it that I can't quite pronounce it. I'll practice it more when I get there. But it's the site of the Spezi show, and so we're going to spend this weekend at the Spezi show. I'll be doing a presentation, and I'll be talking about my travels and my plans for the future and how all that's going to go together. Then after the show, I am going to have a ride where they're going to put the trike in a vehicle down into Corsica and then Sardinia, and then we will travel back to the mainland, and I'll cycle to Rome, and then we will fly back to Portland from Rome, at which point the van hopefully will be all wrapped up and ready to go, ready for me to Mesa, Arizona. In Mesa, Arizona, we will connect the back of the van up with some racking that will allow me to carry my tire, a big outdoor storage case, and the trike will be mounted to the back doors of the van. So that's super exciting too. So a lot of like really cool stuff is happening. So expect a bunch of maybe live streams, maybe not. Depends on how I can get service. I'm using T-Mobile, and I paid for like extra data, and it just sucked it up. I spent $50 on this data in the last 2 days, and I haven't even flown it. I added a package a couple of days ago of 50 gigabytes, 50 gigs. They said my phone used 50 gigs in like 3 days. I don't think that's possible. That's bullshit. I think something. I'm not a big fan of T-Mobile, but whatever. Once the van is done, you're gonna shush. Robert, be quiet. The van has 50,000 miles on it. By the time I'm finished, it'll probably be about 55 or 60. Then we'll travel. We'll travel the way the van was intended to travel. It is unfortunate that I've put so many miles on before I've even started moving. But what are you gonna do? It's been an interesting journey putting this van together, but a lot longer, and a lot more money, and a lot just more of everything than I originally expected. Crazy. But we shot a lot of video today, so there's a lot of like, it's going to be quite a nice travel video, because I shot a lot of like, I pointed the camera out of the window. I got a lot of time lapses as we take off and land at each location, and we got some commentary. Then we have this delay here, and so the official episode that's going to come up, that's going to be produced, I'm going to try to keep up on these even while I'm on this trip. But maybe we'll do some live streams at the Spezi show. I really intend to do that too. The Spezi show should be great. But the episode of this journey, so like the last day or two, is going to be pretty cool. It broke up again. Better stop talking about T-Mobile. Okay, Keith. Good to hear you, man. Anyways, my daughter bought a hat just like yours. Same color too? Oh yeah, send me a picture. Send me a picture on WeChat. I'd like to see that. Eva had karate today, and she was doing karate kicks where she was kicking, and I'm very happy. I'm very pleased with her. She's taken the karate really well, and I can see a marked improvement in her skill. Sometimes when you have little kids, I'm not used to having, Eva's little stinker, and you expect her to learn pace, and then, she might learn at her own pace. And I remember her first karate lesson, she was and laughing way too much. She finds too much humor in everything. She finds humor in everything, which I don't mind so much. It's great, actually. It's a great thing to be able to laugh as much as she laughs and be goofy. But she is definitely skilled up. Reef tank in the van. Let's take a boat. Bay Area reefs, man. He wants me to have a reef tank in the van. I'm telling you, there's no way that's going to work. One, the van, it rocks too much, so it'll be like a major wave maker unless you created a sealed nano tank, like one of those balls with the ecosystem. One. Two, there's a lot of infrastructure, man. You gotta have filters, you gotta have chemicals and all of this stuff. And then three, the most difficult is temperature. Even with all of the insulation that I have in that van, on warm days when I'm not in the van, it's gonna heat up to like 100 plus degrees. And in other times I'll be in the winter, it's gonna freeze when I'm not in the van. I mean, I'm not gonna waste power just always keeping that van, on. There's gonna be times. So let your nitrates be lower, and let your, what was that? Let your pH never rise, or something like that. Let your nitrates never waver, let your pH never rise. I do miss those episodes. For those of you that are watching, before I started even the cycling tour, I had a reef tank series where I had a tank that I built in China, and I kind of chronicled it on my YouTube channel called Matt's Reef Tank. If you search for Matt's Reef Tank, you'll see it. It was a cool series. Had a lot of views too, considering all my other videos. It was a fairly successful series. That would be wild, eh? So I have a van, and it's infused with my love of video, my love of travel, my love of cycling and the trike, and then my brief tank, and then it would have all of those things. That would be funny. Let your nitrates never lower. I think, no, you want your nitrates to lower. You want zero nitrates, right? Anyways, so I just wanted to kind of touch in here and say hello. I figured I'm going to be just chilling here anyway, so I might as well say hello. I do want to hash through all of the videos and kind of edit them all almost up to where I am right now, and then we can be sort of good to go on the video. I really want to stay current. I want to get back into the old swing of things where I was producing a video every day. And then if I infuse these live streams and stuff, that can be helpful too. So you guys are going to get a lot of content, a lot of news, and there's also going to be some shorts that I'm going to put up. The new drone I have allows you to film portrait and landscape. So I have I put up a little short on my YouTube channel. If you check it out, you can see it, where I was just cycling down the Vernonia Trail, the Banks Vernonia Trail in Oregon. Did anybody see that? I thought that was kind of nice. Put a little music to it. Just a short. I think it was like 10 seconds or 20 seconds. Or yeah, it's a DJI. It's a Mavic Mini. Yeah, it's still there. Mavic Mini Pro 3. Mavic Mini 3 Pro. We're gonna have some fun with it in Italy. It weighs just under the threshold for needing a license, so that's kind of why I bought it for this trip. It's so small, it's so light. It's really crazy how light this thing is. I've always traveled according to how much tech I can bring with me, and that's why when I first started riding in China, I had so much weight, because like I was carrying all of my tech with me, and it was like big heavy pieces of glass for my camera, and then stabilizing rigs and all of this stuff. And now everything is so light. It's crazy light. So anyways, it's pretty neat. I'm not going to sit on this too long. I think I will probably take this to about 30 minutes. But if you guys have any questions, you can let me know. I think a few of you guys were wondering how I was shipping the trike, and they were like, "What courier did you use?" No, we're flying on the airplane together, me and the trike. So we're taking a bit of a risk, but shipping it and having to go through customs and having to do all of that stuff, it's really crazy, because I went through Air Canada, and I had described this in the previous live stream. Air Canada has the best, in my opinion, the best regulations with regards to carrying your bike on the plane. It's a $50 flat fee. They allow you 70 pounds max and 115 inches. That's length, width, and height added together, 115 inches. Leaps and bounds ahead of any other airlines' allowances. As a matter of fact, I think Lufthansa is like 95 inches length, width, height, 95. So they allow you a lot more flexibility with size of box, a fairly high max weight. They had called ahead, and if you looked at my itinerary, my official itinerary, it says confirmed with cycle, every flight confirmed with cycle, confirmed with cycle. So like everybody knew what I was bringing, everybody was prepared. And because I flew, every single flight is Air Canada, I paid extra, but every single flight is the same. I don't got to pull the trike off and then recheck it in. It is going to meet me when I get to Zurich, and that's going to be it. And the van had a good one for you. The TAIWAN doesn't fit under the bed. That would be better for bad days or rougher areas. They're still going to carry it outside. Yeah, I'm still going to carry it outside. I don't think, Bruno, you realize how big this trike is. It is enormous. And the purpose of the van is not to carry the trike. The purpose of the van is to interview people on the road. And so that back area is a lounge. And if I was to sacrifice that lounge to make an elevated bed that I could put the trike underneath, it just wouldn't, it's just not the way it's going to work. When are you coming to Arizona? I will be coming to Arizona the last week in May. So I'll be finishing this story. I'll be headed back to Portland on May 24th. At that point in time, I have to do one stop to get the heating system installed underneath the van and connected. And then once that's installed and connected, I will be on the road to Arizona. So I don't think it's going to take more than a day. Hey Angie, how's it going? Yeah, I checked my WeChat. I saw your message come in. So not in downtown Portland. Oh, you mean leaving the trike? Well, you know, most of the time, if the trike is on the back of the van, I'll be traveling. If I stop somewhere, I can put the trike on top of the van and then lash it down. I could put the trike in the van when I'm sleeping because it fits there. But when I'm traveling, when I'm moving, and maybe when I'm at an event where I'm using the van as a podcasting lounge, the trike will be mounted to the back doors. Or it'll be lashed to the tire on a big chain, you know what I mean? There's many ways we can do it, but in the transportation end of things, when I'm moving and when I'm using the van for its purpose, and when I'm traveling around like very remote locations like Alaska and different things, I will certainly have the trike mounted to the back of the van. There's no reason not to, you know. So yeah, if I'm sleeping on some, you know, Bureau of Land Management, BLM land in the middle of nowhere, and you know, I've got my canopy out and everything, there would be no reason for me to bring the trike in. The rack itself will have a lot of like lockable areas on it, and we'll design that. So like the frame, I'll probably have a U lock that'll go over the frame. Listen, if they want to take that trike, they would have to, they'd have to remove the rear doors of that trike, of the van. Strap Annie to the rear rack as a security system. It's not a bad idea. I would woe anybody that tries to steal something from Annie. You're asking for it. So let's see. Be ready for hot temps, 100 plus. Oh, in Arizona? Yeah. Yep. And I don't have my air conditioning hooked up yet. So whatever. I have the air conditioning in the van. I just don't have my house air conditioning system set up. But anyways, we are got about one more minute. You can put an alarm on the trike. That's true. And that's another thing. I can have an alarm system on the trike. I already have an alarm system. It's basically, you know, if you hit the trike, it'll make a lot of noise. You still got to come see you in Florida. That's right, Robert. But I don't think I'll be headed down to Florida again anytime super soon. I don't know a lot about shipping, but I heard someone talking about $75 or dollars for a velomobile from Europe to North America. Bruno, that does not exist, unless it's like a little velomobile matchbox car or something, maybe. Good to hear about the AC bike flights rules. Sounds good. Yeah, bike flights didn't end up helping me. So they went to their people and they started talking about it, and I think they thought it was too risky to help me. So, and they weren't interested in partnering with me right now. They're super nice guys, and they have the, you know, every reason to not choose to work with me. But yeah, they let me know that they're not really interested at this point in time to try to have me be an ambassador. So good to hear. I don't know yet. So AC as in Air Canada. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Misha. Okay. You know, bike flights. Bike flights rules. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but that is good. I'm actually going to make a dedicated video, very clean and very informative, about my opinions of the best airline to fly. with a cycle, and it's going to be I'm going to give all the details. It's going to be edited really nicely. I'm going to have the trike with me, and I'm going to add some video in of the trip. So, because I think that video would do well. How, what would the title of that video could be very, very gimmicky. It could be the best airline to ship your bike, or, this is why Air Canada is the best airline to ship your bike. But it'll be something like that, and it will be a very true video, because I'll have gone through this experience with my trike and with Air Canada, and I'll provide some information about exact sizes and stuff. So, Pedal Shift Podcast likes Alaskan Air. Maybe Alaskan Air is good too, but I called a lot. Alaskan Air didn't really fit with my itinerary either. I had to find the airline that was going from and to the places that I needed to go, and that was Air Canada. So, and the price was right too for the whole trip. I'm in the range of doing this trip, and then after I did Expedia and Trip.com, I called the airlines directly and then spoke to representatives. So, and then I bought tickets directly from the airline. But I used Expedia to kind of like do my initial check of who could go where easiest. The guys that here doing the ambassador program for the bulk, I think, yeah, for bike flights, they really work for commercial entities and do mostly like trike builders use them to help deliver the trikes and stuff. Angie Curl, now that you're in the USA, any thoughts of checking out Utah trikes? I've really liked seeing the custom quad trikes. Yeah, Angie, I would like to go see them. I don't have anything against going and checking them out. They know of me. I've talked to the people at Utah a few times, so I know that I'm on their radar. But I think once the van is completely finished and I'm this moving entity, I will be hitting bike shops and riding rails to trails and different sorts of cycling journeys, and interviewing interesting people and going and seeing reef tank people that are friends of mine. And we will be really, really roaming around the Americas, checking things out. It'll become a lot more fluid. And then I can kind of like mark Utah trikes and all of these different people on the map and show them off, so that's that. Ooh, I think I'm overdosing on coffee. That's what happens when you're stuck somewhere for too long. Anyways, so for the next 3 weeks, you guys are going to get some live streams at the Spezi show. You're going to get some videos at the Spezi show. You're going to get some interviews. I think I'm going to interview the owners of Spezi, the new owners, which are Whiz Wheels. They've got this new company that owns the event. So I'd like to talk to them. Azub wants me to talk to some people there at the team and do some more interviews for Azub, which I'm very happy about. So we're going to be doing that. We're also going to be talking to we're going to meet some old friends. IDO, the company that makes the trailer that I originally was going to ride with that big heavy trailer, they're excited about meeting up. Pat from TerraCycle is going to be there. We're going to meet with him. If anybody out there in the Jayoe Nation is at the show, I look forward to meeting you. I'm sure I'm going to run into some friendly faces. And then we're going to do our ride. And when we get in Italy, you're going to see the old style of videos. You're going to see daily adventures, going from place to place, opinions and thoughts based on where I am and what I'm doing. And then just some stops along the way and traveling, and good food, good coffee, some sweat, and some fun stuff. So I'm really excited about that. I do have to find somebody near Rome that will help me to break the trike down again, because that's the other thing. I can't, once I put the trike back together, all of that, I really put it together good. At Recumbent PDX, I put that thing together really nicely. It is solid. But I had access to a lot of boxes, a lot of foam. I don't think I'll have that when I'm in Rome, unless I can find somebody in Rome that can really help me out, like a bike shop that's willing to let me kind of disassemble the trike and move it. Hopefully, I'm thinking at the Spezi show, I'm curious if there is a recumbent trike dealer near Rome. That would be the best, because they would understand what I'm doing a lot more than anybody else. And then obviously I'll need somebody to help me transport the trike to the airport. But we'll figure it out. That's what adventure is all about, right? That's part of the adventure. I'm excited too, Angie. Angie says I'm excited. Okay, you know what? Annie and Eva are going to be going to bed soon, so I'm going to let you go and give them a good night. And yeah, it's been really nice talking to you. If you have any questions or anything, leave them in the comment section below. I'll be checking out the comment section. And yeah, thanks a lot. Take it easy. Hey, Syndicate. Hello out there in Toronto. So live from Toronto International Airport, about to be heading to Zurich. This is Matt signing off. Take it easy. Like, subscribe, and all of that stuff.